You're watching www.thepuppet.com, and we have Sean Moore, the tournament director of this wonderful Asian Five Nations tournament here at Sri Lanka. Sean, first tell us, in terms of the ARFU, what plans do they have for South Asia, especially in the future?
Well, South Asia is definitely a target region for us, with teams like Sri Lanka is one of the strongest teams in Asia. So I think, where we'd like to focus on is a little bit more on the high performance end. As an Asian region, one of our goals is to qualify more teams for World Cups, World Cup Sevens. So that's probably the initial focus. And then it's up to the guys at the local union to do the hard work on the development front.
Looking at the current tournament, what are your views, especially coming into Sri Lanka, your first impressions on the whole place? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I think Sri Lanka is one of my favorite places to come and play and watch rugby. The fans are very knowledgeable, they're very passionate, and this is a fantastic venue. I've got to say, I'm really excited to play here for the first time as an ARFU event, and already I think it's one of the best rugby venues in Asia, so hopefully coming back down here very regularly.
And also in the future, in terms of the RFU, what does the Asian Five Nations tournament have in the future for all these countries?
Yeah, there's some big changes afoot, obviously. Again, with that focus on high performance, next year's top 5 will be slimmed down to a top 3 competition. So that's whoever finishes in the top 3 places this year will directly go into that. The bottom 2 teams will go into Division 1. The idea for that really is so we can focus on the very sharp end of Asian rugby, the high performance unions. The IRB has categorized Japan as the highest performance union, and then Korea and Hong Kong are the next band down. So right now on results, that's possibly the top 3 for next year, and I think what we need is more closer competition against each other, and then also to play more teams from abroad. So I know the Serendip Cup down here is a great initiative, and I think that all that's going to help us as a region put more teams through to major international competitions, which is I think what everybody wants.
And finally, what do you think, how hard is it for a team to get to the top of Asia and for Asia to move to the world stage? What are your thoughts on that, and what is most important for these teams to actually work on?
Yeah, I think it's a very, very good question because, of course, representing ARFU abroad, I often hear there's a big gap between Japan and everybody else, and I think that's a bit structural in world rugby. So if you look at the 8th or 9th ranked union in the world, quite often they'll beat the 10th ranked union very heavily. So again, this is why ARFU is focusing on the high performance side, so we can get more teams more competitive. I think this tournament is still the ideal format for it, and one of the positives is over the years we've gone from sort of 6 or 7 regional competitions at ARFU across all levels to last year was 30 plus. So I think that's the impetus provided by the Asian Five Nations, and I think that's going to continue for sure in the future. And I think teams playing more evenly matched teams will get us better rugby at the end of the day.
So, all right, thank you very much, Sean, and all the very best of the tournament.
Yes, thank you guys.
So that was Sean speaking to thepuppet.com. This is Yamin Mohammed signing off. Shine the passion.